Hey folks, before starting the tutorial, I want to show you about one bug that could affect you. If you're solving a 2x2 cube and you get to this state and you want to go to the next step, press anywhere on the screen except here. This will crash the app. Just wanted to let you know, and this will be fixed in the next issue. Please keep watching for the rest of the tutorial.
Hey there folks, welcome to the official CubeSnap tutorial for iOS. There's so much to show you, so I'm going to jump right in. So before we do any cube entry, let's make sure that CubeSnap is configured to your cube. Okay, so when you first open CubeSnap, it assumes that you have a normal Rubik's Cube. So what does that mean? What that really means is that the blue side, which is the side with the blue center square, if it's facing you and the yellow side is facing up, then the orange side will be on the left, the red side will be on the right, the white side will be on the bottom, and the green side will be on the back. Now if you have a standard Rubik's Cube, you can probably skip forward because the rest of this won't really apply. You shouldn't have any problems. However, if your cube looks really different, maybe you have different colors or a different configuration, please keep watching because I want to show you how to customize. Okay, great. So this cube, while it looks similar, has some very significant differences, such that if you were to enter it right after opening CubeSnap, you would get an error. No matter how you enter it, it's going to keep saying your cube is not valid. Now there is a way to make sure no matter how your cube is configured, you will never get that again as long as you enter each side correctly. Okay, so I want to talk about how to do that. But before I do that, let's just see how this cube differs. So here we have blue on the front, yellow on the top. That's the same. However, with our regular Rubik's Cube, we have orange on the left, but here we have red on the left. This is an older style Rubik's Cube. They must have changed it in the recent years. Here we have orange on the right, but on the kind of newer one that I assume you have, there's red on the right. And also the bottom color is different and the back color is different. So we have to change CubeSnap so it thinks blue is on the front, red is on the left, orange is on the right, green's bottom, yellow top, and white is on the back. Okay, so we're going to do that by going into Settings and Cube Color Studio. All right, so right now we have the default configuration, which is blue front, orange left, red right, back is green, down is white, and yellow is up. As we said, the left actually is orange. So there's a few ways to make this side red instead of orange. We can choose a predefined color down here. We'll just say red. Or we can use these sliders to kind of create just the right shade of orange that you like. If you want a darker shade, you can just kind of draw it down there. And I think that's fine. We can just go ahead and do that. Now, the right is orange, so we need to change that. We'll just go ahead and use a custom one here. I think that's good enough. All right. The back, the back is, let's get it oriented correctly with blue facing us, yellow facing up. The back is white, not green. Okay, so let's make that white. All right, so let's go back to the front. Let's look up. Up is yellow, that's fine. But the bottom is green. So why don't we just use the sliders here and get green? And I think it's a little bit darker shade of green, so we can just draw it down. And that gives us a darker shade of green. All right, congratulations, we have now customized this cube. And when we enter it, we shouldn't have any problems at all. As you may well know, CubeSnap now supports both the 3x3x3 and the 2x2x2. For this tutorial, I'm going to focus just on the 3x3x3. There's a lot to show off. If you want to know more about the 2x2x2, look for the 2x2x2 tutorial in the settings. That's right next to the 3x3. So if you're new to CubeSnap, one of the best features is the camera feature. This allows you to take a picture of the cube for quick entry. So I want to show you kind of the tricks of the trade and how to do that. So let's go ahead and start. When you're entering, look at these instructions right here. They kind of tell you exactly what you need to do. If you follow these instructions, everything will go perfect for you. If you don't, you may need to do some corrections towards the end. So I'm just going to go ahead and do whatever it says right here. and let's see what happens. All right, so what it says to do is use the camera to enter the blue side. What's the blue side? The blue side is the side with the blue center square. Same with the orange side, green side, white, red side, etc. And it's asking us to have the yellow side facing up. All right? Right here it says align the cube with the grid. So let's go ahead and do that. Make sure I'm in frame. And then press the camera button. Okay? When you're first entering in a cube for the first time, CubeSnap kind of has to learn your cube a little bit. So when you correct, it starts to learn. So let's go ahead and correct this. It calls it a yellow when it should be an orange. Just one correction was needed there. Okay, so now let's go to the orange mini view. It said tap the orange mini view to start that side. And now we're going to use the camera to enter the orange side, again with the yellow side facing up. So if you're noticing it's just blue, turn over to the orange side. And now let's line it up. It looks like it got it totally correct. That's great. Okay, so now tap the green menu view to enter the green side. Did that. It's going to be just right to the left of the orange side, if you notice what I'm doing. And then just go ahead and line it up. Press camera. That's great. And now we're going to switch to another mini view. Use the camera for the red side with the yellow side again facing up. So far, so good. Let's tap another mini view. That's the white. And this says enter the white with the blue facing up. Okay, so white side with blue facing up. It's a bit different. So let's go ahead and line this up and enter. And again, we got it all correct there. No corrections needed. And now the yellow side. Let's see what it says to do. Use the camera to enter yellow side with the green side facing up. You can go ahead and do that, but you can do it with the camera, or you can do it by typing it in. So you can type the cube in, or you can use the camera. Let me show you how to type it in. So here, it's blue, green, blue. So what you're going to do is use these little buttons down here, which are also counters for how many colors you have of each. Once you have 9 of 9, it'll then kind of give you instructions for solving. But we don't have 9 of 9 yet because we still have one side to enter. So let's do blue. Okay, so when I tap that, it changed it to manual mode. So that's why you might need to tap it twice to begin with. So blue, green, blue, white, yellow, white, blue, green, blue. All right, it registered the cube because we used the instructions. We followed the instructions very closely. And if we wanted to start solving, all we'd have to do is just press start solving. However, I know that some of you won't always follow the instructions, so I'm going to kind of go over that scenario. So I'm going to go ahead and reset. I'm going to reset the cube. And let's see what happens when we enter without following instructions. So what I'm going to do is say, now it says to tap these for entering. I'm going to go back to camera mode. You do that simply by tapping the camera, and now we're back into camera mode. And let's see what it says. Blue side with yellow side facing up. Okay, so that would be doing this, but I'm going to not do what it says. Let's see what we got. Okay, and I'm just going to not follow the instructions. I'll do this real quickly. Okay, hopefully I'm not making any mistakes. Trying to go quick. Oh, wanted to call a red a white because there was some glare there, I think. That's fine. Corrected it. Looks like we're still good. All right, almost there. Okay, and now one more side. Okay, so this case, it can't guess with exact certainty that it's your cube. So what it's giving you the chance to do is to say, hey, is this your cube before you start solving, or do you need to make some corrections? So if needed, correct your cube by tapping mini views. So let's get to, let's first see whether we need to correct, and then if we do, let's go ahead and correct. So we need to make sure that the blue side is facing you or me, and the yellow side is facing up. Okay, so let's see what we got here. We need to find the blue side and the yellow side facing up. Is it matching? Well, looking at the front view here, it looks like it's not matching. It looks like we need to rotate the front side. So how do we rotate the front side or blue side? We look for the side here with the blue center square, and we go ahead and give it a tap. Okay, so let's see. We see that the front is okay, the top is okay, the bottom looks good. The left side's not great. Now, just kind of one note here. It says to start solving. That means if your cube actually did look like this, it could be solved, but your cube doesn't look like that. So let's make sure that we communicate correctly with CubeSnap what your cube looks like. So let's go ahead and change the left. Looks like we'll probably need one more correction over here on this side. Okay, so blue. We need to do one rotation on the red side. Okay, and I'm guessing that the back side then needs to be corrected. You can't see it, but if you tap the green, the back side is green. I bet we just corrected it there. All right, so now our cube, we have the correct cube model into CubeSnap, and we can go ahead and start solving. So start solving. Wow, it's just going to take 6 steps to complete. I'm not going to go through that quite yet. I'm going to go back. Okay, so that's kind of the way that's the main way you'd probably enter in your cube in CubeSnap. There's some things you might want to do prior to entering in your cube. So let's go to settings. So we're just focusing on 3x3. I provided 2 different kinds of algorithms. One I'm calling a basic algorithm, and one's a superhero algorithm. The basic algorithm is better if you really want to use CubeSnap to kind of see how people generally solve cubes. It gives algorithms that kind of humans can remember. The superhuman algo uses a lot of computer science and things, but it gets the cube solved very quickly, so it's kind of impressive. Let's just go ahead and stick with the superhero algo when moving forward. Now, we also have these cool patterns here, so you don't only have to solve it to just kind of the solved state. We can solve it to pretty much to 20 different patterns here. Let's go ahead and just do checkerboard. Okay? So I don't feel like entering in the cube again. So what I'm going to do is just create a random cube by shuffling. Shaking the cube. We now just created a random virtual cube, and we can start solving, and we can see kind of how it solves. So in this part of the tutorial, I showed you how to enter the cube using the camera, and both how to enter it using manual mode by tapping. In the next part, I will show you how to follow the solving instructions. Okay, so now we are in the solve stage. So let's see what we got. First thing I want to show you is right here is the cube for the start phase, and it's oriented that way because that's the way you're going to hold it through the entire solve. So make sure that it matches. It will, don't worry. And in this case, it wants to have the blue side facing you and the yellow side facing up. Depending on which color you define as front, that'll change. But since we have blue as front and yellow is up, that's the way we're going to hold it. Okay? Those of you who have had CubeSnap for a while should probably notice that 24 steps is way fewer steps than you've had to do in the past. The 3x3 algorithm has a whole new, more awesome brain that's going to save you all kinds of time. Now to solve just a regular cube should take about 15 to 20 moves, plus whatever pattern you want to apply. So let's go ahead and just start manually turning the cube. So holding it in the right way, I'm going to press start. What does it say to do? Turn the front. Let's turn the front the way of the arrow. Just turn it once, unless it says otherwise. And there we go. And let's make sure that it matches. So once you turn, it'll show you what the cube should look like down there. And it looks like we're in good shape. Let's try it again. Oh, here we go. It says turn twice, the back side. So don't only turn once, but then turn twice. And let's make sure that we're still good. Looks good. Excellent. Okay. There's another option if you don't want to keep touching the screen. Let's use the microphone. And I'm going to set the microphone sensitivity to medium. Next. Next. I turned it off. That might be useful if you just kind of want to scream at it instead of keep touching it and you just want to kind of keep your hands on the cube. It looks like we're still in good shape. There's another option for turning, and that is this auto turn. Now I would suggest if you're starting out, have it go slow, don't have it go too fast. Let's just go ahead and set it at 2.5 seconds. As you notice, it's now solved in just how many steps? 12 steps, solved in 12 steps. Yes, that's very awesome. So now we can continue and create the yin-yang pattern. So let's go ahead and continue. I want to go a little slower, so every 3 seconds. And look what we got here, a cool little yin-yang pattern, the yin and the yang. And we did it, we solved the cube and applied the yin-yang pattern in 24 steps. Amazing, huh? If you want to remove the pattern, I think you could probably figure out how. Press remove pattern, and you have an extra 12 steps and to have it solved again. So let's do that. Oops. Okay, so before I close the tutorial, I want to show one more thing. If you're having any questions that aren't being solved in this tutorial, please just go ahead and send me a message, send developer message. There's also maybe some other material in the frequently asked questions that might be of use. And because you stayed so long, I thought I might give you a little hint of what's to come. So be on the lookout for that. Thanks for watching and goodbye.